This might seem like a simple, harmless video, but it actually took like a lot of hyping myself up to press that record button, and I'll tell you why. So, as the title says, basically I've been playing hide and seek with myself for years, probably my whole life, ever since I can remember. Because I'll go through these major oscillations of like wanting to be seen in the world and wanting to express myself and wanting to create, and then being in that and then wanting to shrink and retreat and go back into my hermit mode and not be seen, and like run away. And I oscillate between those two extremes like all the time. And it's just not been healthy for me, not just because of the inconsistency, but just because like it's coming from this place of like major visibility wounds. And I've touched on this before in like other videos, but again, it's been like so random and inconsistent anyway for this very reason. But yeah, dude, like I have some major visibility wounds and it's like really impacting my life. And I never like put that word and concept to it before until a few months ago. I was in Vietnam, like walking on the beach, and that realization like just hit me. Like the words just came into my mind, like what I'm really facing, like my biggest bottleneck in life, what's holding me back in all ways is my visibility wounds and like my fear of being seen, my fear of being heard, my fear of like seeing myself in the mirror on camera, facing myself. And from, a surface level point of view, I know like that really stems from I had severe acne in my early 20s, and I literally just like the only way that I could, cope with that after trying so many extreme measures, like, but they were the wrong things. Like I was trying raw vegan, I was doing like super harsh medicated treatments on my skin that was irritating it even more. It just made it worse to sit there and fixate on it and try to solve the problem. So really the only way that got me out of that cycle of hyperfixation with my super Virgo-ness was complete avoidance. So I completely avoided mirrors for like years. I like avoided mirrors, I avoided myself, I avoided pictures. Like even to this day, if I hear like, somebody wants to take a picture, somebody wants to take a video, I still just like cringe and like tense up at that. And so that's obviously still in that cycle is like still triggering me. I have not healed that. So that's kind of what, I don't know if it started it, but alongside it, that was a manifestation of my visibility wounds. But just, I also just have this sense, if you believe in past lives, like I really think that I had past lives of like being very publicly ridiculed for being seen in the world, like expressing myself or being myself. Like I think something bad happened to me for being seen, because I've just intrinsically felt this cringe, like this like feeling of always being exposed or something. So again, yeah, it's really stifled me in my life. But I've been, as of 2024, I've become a digital nomad, and I'm very grateful for that. So I went full-time working remotely in like the digital marketing field, and that's what I wanted for a long time. But the downside of that is that I'm on the computer all the time, every day. And if I don't consciously put myself out there, then I actually like don't even have to talk to people. Like, and if I'm at home, I don't even have to leave my house. Okay, we had the neighbors yelling. Hopefully it's quiet now. So yeah, the digital nomad stuff has been really, I've been very grateful for it. But again, if I don't consciously work on it, then I can like shrink even more, like sink even deeper into this hole of like never having to step outside of my comfort zone and like talk to people and be seen and be heard. And so what triggered this kind of realization or wake-up call that I really needed to face myself and work on this is that the other day I joined this coaching call on Zoom, and it was a really large call, and I'd raised my hand and asked a question, and as soon as like they called on me and I had the floor, I just like got so flustered for some reason. Like there's something hit, like this anxiety like hit me so hard. And I just realized like, oh my gosh, I'm like so out of practice, you know? Like I've had so many moments of like being bold in my life and like rising to the occasion when I need to. But when I'm out of practice, like I have been lately, then it is so hard to like crawl out of this hole that I seem to like sink into. And I remember like, you know, years ago when I was starting to make videos consistently, I found like so much empowerment in, you know, posting it and expressing myself in that way. It seemed to like really help me. And I feel like that's just what I need the most right now. It's like my biggest fear, but it's like also what calls me the most, you know, because I'm very entrepreneurial. And in today's world, it's like so hard to not be seen, especially if you're entrepreneurial and you want to create something and you want to be bold in the world. There's cameras everywhere and everything is being recorded, you know. Everybody wants you on like a podcast or like, you know, in a video, like just everything is open out and exposed. And so if I really want to like level up my life and like go after my dreams and like, you know, face my fears, again, this is my biggest bottleneck in my life, is just like shrinking from the spotlight or shrinking from opportunities. I've squandered so many opportunities in my life because of this visibility wound. And so I just had this very strong urge to start posting again and to just start facing myself instead of running away from myself, which is why I want to like commit to showing up for myself on YouTube again, online, just as like therapy for me to work through it. And even like, you know, back in 2024, I got my blood work done and I found out that I have Hashimoto's, which is literally an underactive thyroid. So there's like not enough activity here. You know, I've always felt that this channel was blocked. I had some throat chakra issues because it just doesn't come very easily to express myself. I've already like recorded about 5 iterations of this video and now it's finally starting to flow a little bit better, but that just goes to show that like you have to just show up and practice and face yourself to like get the energy moving, because I've just been so blocked lately. Even just like, you know, from a mental and verbal, from an oral standpoint, it's like I feel like I'm not even having my own thoughts anymore either, you know. And that's kind of like a whole nother deep tangent I could go on. I'll probably make a separate video about that. But, you know, with my clients that I work with in digital marketing, I'm just like churning out so much content for different clients every day. Again, very grateful for that job. It lets me travel. But it's just like I'm always just using ChatGPT, I'm using AI tools, and like I don't even really think for myself anymore, you know. And also like social media addiction is a whole nother thing, and just like saturating my brain with like the thoughts of everyone else, that I just feel like I've really lost my voice and I've lost my spark, my creativity. I just feel like I have also kind of lost interest in like my passions, and I've kind of like lost my ambition as well, which is like scary and sad, and I don't want that to happen, you know. So there's multi purposes to this pursuit of facing myself like I am now with this black mirror in my hand. You know, I'm using it as a reflection to see myself and know myself better and find myself again, because I just feel like I've really kind of lost myself lately. And I've been, like I said, playing hide and seek for so long, and I feel like I'm just ready to be found, you know, and be seen.